Now, before we mentioned the term nominal rates, and we mentioned effective rates. Remember, nominal rate is the percentage rate we're generally given, and it would generally be the rate to do compounding once per year. The effective rate is the rate that you actually get if you compound more than one time per year. So there's a rather quick formula we'll use to convert nominal rates to effective rates. So the effective rate is going to be the quantity 1 plus r divided by n, all to the n, minus 1. So it's the kind of the exponent piece of our compounding formula. So 1 plus the rate divided by n, all raised to the n. That's going to give us a number greater than 1. To figure out what the decimal portion is, or to figure out what the percentage portion is, we'll subtract 1. So again, r is the nominal rate, and n will be the number of times we compound. So let's take a look at an example. Suppose we'd like to know what's the effective rate if the nominal rate is 6% and the interest is compounded quarterly. So if we just put this into our formula, we end up getting 1 plus 0.06 over 4 raised to the fourth. And again, the 4's are because we're doing the compounding quarterly. And then we subtract 1. So if I do this and I do all the math out, I get 0.06136. And when I convert that to a percent, that's 6.136%. So instead of earning 6%, when I compound quarterly, I earn 6.136%. Let's take a look at a second example. What's the effective rate if the nominal rate is 6% and the interest is compounded daily? Now, a quick note, when we talk about daily, typically you will see your book use 365 for the number of days in the year. So if we do this, we'd have the quantity 1 plus, and again our rate was 6%, so 0.06, divided by n, which in this case is 365, all raised to the 365, and then we subtract 1. If we do that, we get 0.06183, or in other words, we get 6.183% as our effective rate. Quite frankly, if we compounded by the second, we're not going to get a rate that's much different from daily. Once you get to daily, you're almost as precise as you're ever going to get. You'll only be off by a few pennies here and there. Okay, well, now we finished the section. You should go into your notes and find what your homework is and do some homework problems to be best prepared for your homework and exams.